Hey everyone, I'm Kelly. I'm going to show you how to use Decipad to create an interactive sales commission plan like this one so your sales team can easily understand how their compensation structure works across things like their base salary and their variable, as well as interact with different scenarios, like what would happen if they over versus under exceed their quota. And if you've been in sales, you're probably familiar with a document that looks something like this, a static PDF that outlines your quota or target and your commission rates. And what's frustrating about these documents is it's hard to understand how the underlying model is going to work. You can't play and interact with it, and static documents tend to be error prone. So let's hop back over into Decipad. I'm going to start with a blank document. I've already populated a few things here, but let's start by setting up a few inputs about this individual's pay. Let's say their base salary is $135,000, and let's say their pay mix is, let's say it's a 60-40 base to variable ratio. Now we can calculate the variable target, and this is how much we want this individual to make if they achieve 100% of quota. And this is going to be the base divided by the pay mix. And last, I just want to calculate the target OTE, or on-target earnings for the year, which is going to be the base salary plus their variable target. All right, now let's set up a little bit of additional context up front. And I'm going to drag and drop some of these variables into text for a more dynamic document. I could also use my sidebar, which is just a summary of all the data in your notebook. All right, now that we have our plan summary defined, let's outline our quota targets. For this, let's say it's a revenue-based plan with quarterly targets and payout. I'm going to use a table to set this up. And I've already populated my table, which is just specifying the quarter and the quota target for each quarter. The last thing I want to set up is my tiered rates. And this is really your payout curve. What do you want this individual to make before versus after they achieve their target? But tiered rates are notoriously a pain to work with. You might see them in things like your taxes or a mortgage. We have created a tiered rate function to make tiers easier to work with and a lot more scalable. So I'm going to add an advanced formula to set up my tiers. I'm just going to copy and paste this. I've already defined my tiers. This might look a little bit complicated, but it is fairly straightforward. I've set up 3 different tiers, and what I'm saying is at 60% of quota attainment, I'm going to pay out a certain rate for every dollar of revenue achieved. Once this individual reaches 100% of attainment, that rate is going to increase, and everything above their target gets paid out at the highest rate. And you can specify as many tiers as you want, or add things like a minimum or maximum, pending your model. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to add one interactive element so that when sales receives this, they can easily interact with it. So let me go into my widgets, use a slider. Let's call this attainment. Maybe we change the icon. Okay, set the base and a max. All right, now that we have everything set up, we can calculate our payout by quarter based on our tiered rates and a certain attainment level. Let's call this payout. I'm going to create a calculation in here. And I'm going to use this commission tiered function that I created. So let me pull that up. And I just need to define what the performance is and what the target is. So the performance is going to be your target column times your attainment level and divided by the target. Then I need to specify the target, which is simply the target column. And we've calculated our payout by quarter. Let me sum. I'm going to hide these formulas for simplicity. And we have an interactive commission plan. Maybe I want to add a little bit of additional text. All right. And that's it. So you can come in here and you can add additional tiers, change those tiers, everything will update dynamically. And this is a fairly straightforward commission plan. You can increase the complexity based on the needs of your model. And once you're ready to share, you can hit publish. That will create a link, a private link that anyone can use to read or interact with the document. You could also choose to invite someone directly as either a reader or a collaborator. And if you've been part of our private beta, we really appreciate all your ideas and feedback. Let us know your thoughts.